when it comes to depression, that people expect it to look a certain way, and they expect it to look heavy.
So after about 2 years of low-key disappearing from the industry, Regina King opened up about her only son, Ian, going through depression. And living himself, guys. We're going to need another word to describe the process she went through, because the devastation doesn't cut it.
You know, of all of the things that we had gone through with the therapy, with psychiatrists and programs, and Ian was like, "I'm tired of talking, Mom."
So when fans were hit with the news of Ian's death, it was not exactly clear what pushed him to unalive himself. But he had said days before his death that social media, especially Instagram, was very unhealthy for his well-being. In one of his last tweets on January 15, he wrote, "I don't think Instagram is healthy for me." He also used a popular image from SpongeBob SquarePants, where the cartoon character is surrounded by tiny clones cloaked in wild flames, to illustrate exactly how he was feeling. And said, you know that episode of SpongeBob where they go inside his brain and it's a bunch of mini SpongeBobs just losing their ish? Yeah, that one really hits home. Literally 4 days after the posts, and shortly after his 26th birthday, Ian unalived himself, and life has never been that same for Regina King. Her heart broke. Her world shattered, and she did not even want to work anymore after that.
I was so angry with God, you know, that why would that weight be given to Ian?
Obviously, Regina is one of those people we love to see on our screen, and she's easily one of the most talented people in Hollywood. I mean, this is somebody who in 2019 won her first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance as Sharon Rivers, a fiercely protective mother. And if Bill Street could talk, and she also snagged a Golden Globe for this role. In addition, she also has 3 Emmy Awards for her work on the drama American Crime and the television miniseries 7 Seconds.
Thank you. This is amazing. I want to curse right now. This is good.
But after the death of her son, nothing seemed to make sense anymore, and she just disappeared from the spotlight. Yes, she has also had a terrible love story which weighed on her, and I'm talking about how she married Ian Alexander in 1997 before divorcing him in 2007. And based on what Regina herself revealed, the marriage did not end on the best terms. She even wrote an essay about the divorce in the book He Never Came Home, interview stories and essays from daughters on life without their fathers. Here she talked about being the product of divorce and going through one of her own then. While talking about how difficult that marriage was, she said the marriage part was probably the hardest part of it all, and I think any married couple that's remained married, hats off to them, because they were able to get over those times when you're growing at different speeds and in different directions, and finding a way to bring it back and get back on the same path that's difficult after that very bit. Tear-ending, Regina started dating Malcolm Jamal Warner in 2011, and as far as she was concerned, the timing was just perfect for them to date in 2012. She even talked about the relationship, saying, "I believe the universe has a plan, and we probably wouldn't have been ready years ago. Both had to do whatever we had to do to be ready for each other." Now, unfortunately, that relationship also ended badly after just 2 years in March 2013, and it's one of the things that completely broke Regina, so. C's actually reported that Regina was totally blindsided and heartbroken after Malcolm called things off because he wasn't feeling it anymore. Girl, that's not even the worst that happened, because Malcolm actually told Regina and her son, who were living with him at the time, to move out and all. This was happening on Valentine's Day. She spilled on that when she was asked what her favorite Valentine's gift had been. And Regina told Us Weekly, "That's tough because I don't have one. Someone broke up with me on Valentine's. I'm serious. Then he actually sent me flowers that said, 'I still love you,' and I threw the flowers in the trash, and he was upset that I threw them in the trash. It's the audacity to send a sad bouquet for me. Damn." Obviously, at that point, Regina was confused and hurt, and she literally didn't know what had happened after. After her split, Regina also expressed that she had no desire to start dating again, telling Wendy Williams in 2015 that she was just too busy with work to make it.
You know, I need to do a better job at it. I do. I've been so busy with work, and my girlfriends are like, do you think a man's just gonna go knock on the door and like, I'm here? And I think I wish he would, but I have to make that more of a priority.
Her love life was not the best love story, and as much as it devastates her, nothing could have prepared Regina for the loss of her only son Jan when he univent himself in January 2022. At the time, the family broke the news when they released a statement saying, "Our family is devastated at the deepest level by the loss of Ian. He is such a bright light who cared so deeply about the happiness of others. Our family asks for respectful consideration during this private time." Obviously, Regina was deeply hurt by the loss considering how close they were and how Ian was easily the most important person in her life.
My son, Ian, the fact that I get to share this night with you, the best date in the house. Oh man, you make being a mother my greatest accomplishment. I love you. Cheers.
These two were actually so close that they both had matching tattoos on their forearms, reading unconditional love in Aramaic, which they learned while studying Kabbalah together. We're taking Kabbalah classes, and he said, well, let's choose 3 each and not tell each other which ones they are, and whichever one that's matching, that's the one we're going to get a tattoo. And we both chose unconditional to Regina. Ian was her biggest source of pride despite being a very successful actress in the entertainment industry. In fact, after separating from Ian's father in 2007, after 9 years of marriage, she admitted being a single parent wasn't always easy, but that nothing was stronger than her love for her son. And the love was mutual for both of them because and gushed a couple of times about how his mom was just a super mom. She's just a super mom, really, like she doesn't really let you know bad work days or anything come back and ruin the time that we have, so it's really awesome to have a mother that I can also love to enjoy. Oh no, sorry, oh my gosh, I can enjoy spending time with, so you can just imagine how devastated she was when she lost her son. And Regina has tried the best she can to keep her son's memory alive. For instance, in January 2023, she recorded a lantern lighting ceremony she participated in for Ian's remembrance, calling him her guiding light, and wrote, January 19th is Isensworth Day. As we still process his physical absence, we celebrate his presence. We are all in different places on the planet, so is Ian. His spirit is the thread that connects us, of course. Orange is your favorite color. It's the fire and the calm. I see you in everything I breathe. Again, recently, during her sit-down with Robin Roberts, she reflected on the loss, and you can tell that she is still very devastated. Sometimes it's a lot of guilt. Comes over me when a parent loses a child. You still wonder, what could I have done so that wouldn't have happened? Regina also said that since her son and univent himself, she has had the time to just sit with Ian's choice. And now she respects and understands that he didn't want to be here anymore, and she acknowledged that it may be a hard thing for other people to receive because they did not live their experience, and they did not live Ian's journey. It's important to me to honor Ian in the totality of who he is, speak about him in the present, because he is always with me, and the joy and happiness that he gave all of us. She also went on to say that being Ian's mom is her favorite thing about herself, and she can't say that with a smile, with tears, with all of the emotion that comes with that, if she doesn't respect his journey. In addition, she said that there are moments where she still feels her son's physical presence. Sometimes it'll trigger laughter, most times, as of recently, it triggers a smile. But sometimes his absence is really loud. Regardless, as far as Gina is concerned, she is a different person now than she was before Ian's death. She understands now that grief is a journey, and it is love that has no place to go.